here we are in Vermont. We got to the parking lot. We just, I brought a scale with me so we could weigh our packs in a tree, and we are not ultralight. My pack is 35 pounds, Will's something like 35 pounds, and we both have around 8 or 9 pounds of beer. So
I think we're probably over beard.
you're never over beard.
We're adequately beard.
We're
appropriately beard.
Maybe appropriately
It's like,
beard. It's only 12:02, so we have all day to go, like 7 miles or something, to the Hump campsite that we're headed to first. So all right, here we go. All right, coming up to the sign in here, and we're officially entering the Camel's Hump State Park. Let's send it. Yeah, we don't know exactly what the temperature is, but it's nice. The high was 82 or 3 or something for today. It's probably not quite that hot right now, but it is very nice right now. Nice little bridge here for us.
Wait there.
Well, it's going really well so far. It's coming past this big cave thing here. Look at this. We're making pretty good time. Figure we're almost halfway-ish to Hump Brook. So far, we've been hiking for probably about an hour and a half or so, and it's going well, but it's definitely sweaty out here, which is okay because we've had nothing but rain and clouds and like 50 degrees at my house for the last week, so we're ready to be a little sweaty. So all over on this hike, probably all over these mountains, you can see these little bits of quartz. It's just a bald little peak of quartz sticking out of there. How cool is that? All this super ancient flowing stone. What would this be? Granite up here, I guess? You can see more of it here. Kind of looks like it too. Very cool. Coming up and a nice little bluff here, or escarpment. I don't know what you'd call this. Southwest. That's the peak. That's the old Camel's Hump up there. So we're looking at, well, just more of the open state park, I guess. But yeah, so we just met a guy who was through hiking the long trail going the other way. He was headed north, and he said we're about halfway there. And I don't know what the there is that he was talking about, because we don't really feel like we're actually halfway to anything anymore. But
yeah, I don't know if he meant that one campsite or the tippy top, or
yeah, he must have meant just a Bamforth shelter or something.
Must have been
halfway,
but he was on day 18, and it's been raining the past 18 days.
Yeah, yeah. So that guy is very happy that the sun's out today. Holy hell! But just looking up at the hump there, it's just crazy to see that it's just. It almost seems kind of ominous up there waiting for us, you know? This time tomorrow, we'll be standing up there. 2 o'clock tomorrow.
I think we'll be standing up there.
All right, moving on. Now it's fun.
All right, hang tight.
And don't worry about me. Can I do this one-handed with the camera? I think so. Oh. A few bugs in my mouth.
Yeah, I got they're all in my ears and shit.
Just a little bit of protein. Bro. There's a lot of cool stairs on this hill so far. This one looks really cool, so here we go.
I feel like I'm supposed to say something clever here. Up, up, and away. Left, right, left. Hi-ho silver.
Well, we've been working pretty hard to get even this far. Well, if that's the Camel's Hump over there, then that's looking west. Maybe even into the Adirondacks from here. I guess they'd be in the distance that way. But anyway, we should be in the neighborhood of 2 or 3 miles from Hump Brook. So I think we got another 2 hours max, even if we're tenderfooting it there. So yeah. That's a weird spot. Your broken humming isn't fooling anyone.
Oh, hey, AB.
Give me that. Working hard. The one you like. So tired. Well, we're still working our way there. Not quite to Hump Brook, but we're really close. We gotta be. Because I am basically out of gas anyway. Almost there. Doing good.
We just got our kicked by fucking long trail. Seriously underestimated the difficulty of the terrain. Took us probably at least 6 hours to walk the 7 miles. Brutal. Brutal. We're wiped. We're all wiped. But see if we can get our spirits going here with the Merry Blaze. Over to. It doesn't do low light well, does it?
Good morning. Well, my brother and I decided that yesterday was probably some of the hardest hiking we've ever done. We went about 7 miles, and I thought yesterday was going to go like, we were going to start the trail, we were going to go up a little bit, and then just follow the same elevation line across the side of the mountain to come down into Hump here, and that was not the case. What we thought was going to take like 3 hours to get over here took us 6.5 good hours of some brutal hiking. Basically, lots of uneven, long, winding scrambles and climbs through rock for basically the entire 6 miles here, and then 1 mile of some downhill that really toasted our legs. So I was having some cramping yesterday. My brother's tired because he's old, and he does this kind of stuff. He does like ruck marches and stuff all the time, and thought I was a little bit better hiker than this, but my legs were blown out yesterday. So we decided, instead of taking all day to go up to the Hump and then come down to Bamforth Ridge, we're just gonna sneak out on the Monroe Trail here, get back to my truck, and then just camp somewhere different and easier tonight because, we just wanted to have some brother time and hang out, but we don't really feel like humping all the way up to the Camel's Hump summit and then all the way back down to a shelter, which is also like 5 or 6 miles away. We don't really want to punish ourselves like that, so yeah, we'll figure out our plan B for tonight and do something different. But I woke up, I feel great today. I think my brother will too, and yeah, pretty soon we're gonna get coffee and steak going, so that'll be good. Time to make coffee. This morning I'm using my new Trangia alcohol stove to try and make this coffee, and I have never tried this before. I don't know if it's going to burn all of my gas and take half an hour to do this, but I'm still willing to try because I want to see how this works. Well, it almost got it to perk once. There's a lot of steam and some condensation inside that little bell on the top there, but couldn't quite boil a pot of coffee on one thing of gas. So here we are, back to the fire. It's just as easy, actually. So okay, it's 7:18 a.m. and we're about ready to be wheels up here. So we're just gonna put out the rest of the fire, swish it around, and start moseying back down the Monroe Trail to the parking area. And then we will hitch a ride somehow back to my truck and pick a new spot. It's not failure. It's prudence.
It's jurisprudence.
It's jurisprudence.
Fucking Latin.
All right. Well, we were hitting the trail, leaving Hump Brook. It's a pretty good site. I liked it. Lots of tent platforms, and a job box for bears. Lots of firewood around. Lots of birch bark on the ground, so it wasn't super hard camping there. It was nice. All right, we'll see you up this way.
Trail.
Couching Lion Parking. I think that's where we're going, right?
It's us.
All right. All right, well, we got back down the Monroe Trail. We're here at this parking lot. And now we're going to see if we can either call or hitch a ride back to my truck, and then we'll be kind of resetting.
Party on Wayne.
Party on Wayne.
Party on Garth.
Party on Garth. We did that right?
Dude, good call. Little shot.
Well, back to the parking lot. Well, we got to our new campsite, and we chose the Little River State Park. It's kind of like a regular paid campground, which is really good for us because me and Brother Barnes found that even walking from Hump Brook back to the truck, which is all downhill and flat, almost took us out. So
8 miles.
my legs were pretty jelly. He's got all blisters and stuff, so we're deciding that basically this kind of campground and some real easy car camping is just what the doctor ordered for tonight. So yeah, we got a really nice spot. It looks like there's a lot of good sites for hammocks back in there, and I mean, this is basically easy mode. And yeah, yesterday was so difficult, and we're so whipped that we just don't have legs for any climbing or hiking or anything. So we're just gonna hang out today, and actually we're getting ready to our steak for breakfast. We kind of skipped, and then it's gonna turn into our steak for lunch. So I'm gonna get that going in just a sec here. Well, we just finished eating our much needed steak, and I would show it to you, but we scarfed it all. So now it's time to come down into this little spot, and we'll pick out a good hang. It's kind of nice that even though we parked, you know, for our site, we're kind of right by the road. We can kind of sneak back in here. Clearly this, I guess I just like what I really like is the simplicity of the Atlas straps. These whippy things feel unnecessarily complex. They're all that complex.
What's that?
But we're not mooring ships here, you know.
Yeah.
True.
Or maybe
I'm liking our hang here, bro. I think we're set up pretty good. About ready for a cuppa? If you'd be so kind. Thank you, sir. And now we're coming to the drink beer and fall asleep part of the evening.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's about 4:53 in the morning. It's barely light, you can see. I mean, there's barely any light right now, but yeah, it's kind of started drizzling and misting like for the last couple hours here. So yeah, I decided I was done laying in my hammock, so I'm gonna wake up and try to get this fire going, and then yeah, Brother Barnes and I are probably just gonna hang out and have some coffee. Then we'll probably get to mosey in here and call this trip done for now. At least the camping part, because he's up here for another day still, and we'll just we're kind of looking forward to whooping it up in Burlington tonight, going out to some bars and stuff. So. All right. Well, we thought we'd take a sec just to show you what our plan was and where we went on the map and everything and how it changed. I know this map is hard to see. I'll try to get a better one for you. But essentially, we started here at the Duxbury Window Trail parking lot. And our plan was to follow the long trail south all the way up to this junction with the Alpine Trail here. And then instead of going to the summit, which is right up here, we were going to skirt down here and hop into Hump Brick tent site. And that is what we ended up doing. But we thought from here to there was going to be like 3 hours. I thought we were going to gain some elevation here, probably get up to about where Bamforth is, and I thought it was going to be a flat-ish sort of trek along the elevation line over to Hump Brook. And it turns out it was basically uphill, pretty intense scramble pretty much the entire way to here. And then where the Alpine Trail hooks up with the Monroe Trail, it was some pretty steep downhill, and that blew out our legs even too. So day 2 was going to be start from Hump Brook, swing over, take a look at the Montclair Glen Lodge, then go back over the summit and come down the Bamforth. Instead, we woke up yesterday, we came down the Monroe Trail to the parking lot, and then we walked down this road, down the River Road, back over to my truck, and then we picked this spot as a new spot for night 2. So yeah, like I said, we didn't get to do the exact trip that we planned, but the goal of this trip was some hanging out with my brother time. So we're still having a good time, and all we want to do is come out here and camp. So it's not so much about summiting, but now that we kind of got our info straight and we kind of know what the situation is here, I mean, this sort of sets up a pretty easy return trip to do the summit someday. You know what I mean? So really gives us reason to come here again. You know what I mean?
And get credit.
And get credit. Yeah, I want to get to the top of that hump and look around. Well, we've just about got our stuff broken down here, and pretty soon we're going to be hitting the road. So thank you, Vermont. Thank you, Camel's Hump State Park, and thank you, Little River State Park. But Camel's Hump, we'll get you next time, huh? See ya.
Vermont.
Vermont.